Hi everyone, I'm Matei and welcome to the Science-Based Fitness channel. For today's video, I'm gonna show you what I mostly do during the weekends as a workout. Saturday and Sunday are usually my days off, but in one of them, maybe like 2-3 weekends per month, I'm doing 5 stretching exercises. It's probably gonna take me like, I don't know, 10 minutes. So it's really easy to do. They're not hard exercises to remember, and it's a good thing you're gonna have them on video and you can check it out and just do them at the same time with me. Before we get into the actual exercises themselves, we're just gonna have a little bit of chat about stretching, what it is and how is it helping you. So first of all, whenever you train, or even if you don't train, just sitting at your desk, driving, just basically just being alive gathers tension. It may be an outside source like I don't know, maybe stress. So mental stress can be transformed into physical stress, especially in this area here. But it mostly just depends on where you have a weakness or a vulnerability, and that's where the mental stress is going to transform into actual muscle tension, right? The second one is, as I said before, if you're driving too much or sitting at your desk too much, then that's just going to add as muscle tension and muscle stress, and it's not going to be felt just on your muscles. Your joints are going to have a little bit of say in that, and they're gonna suffer as well. Mobility decreases over time, muscle elasticity decreases over time, therefore the range of motion, it's not going to be the same. So in order for us to function properly, we need to take certain steps in a different direction than the one that society, it's kind of like pushing or pulling us. It's not a big deal, it could be fixed right away, but you need to invest a little bit of time in it. And also take in mind that this is a process, and it didn't come, or it didn't show as a problem in 2 days. It took it years for it to manifest and give you pain or just discomfort, or just for you to notice that your posture has gone from this to this. So it's not gonna happen overnight, but I can promise you that it's going to change and it's going to be a lot better, right? So stretching does all this. It fixes your posture, it helps you regain mobility, stability, muscle elasticity, which is a big deal. It improves blood flow. It's actually going to make you feel better. It's actually like a drug, but it's legal, right? Also, it's encouraged. If you go to your GP or just a doctor or whatever you call it in your country, they're going to actually tell you to do at least 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day in comparison to nothing, it's like infinite times better. Keep that in mind. So it's a big step for you to do it. But as you do it, you will need to do a little bit more. Stretching by itself, it doesn't work very well if you don't have a little bit of strength training as well. There's something called hyper flexibility, and you don't want that either. So these are the two extremes, when you're stiff and then when you're hyper flexible. Hyper flexibility is basically mobility with no strength. I'm sure you have a friend, or even you might be that friend of somebody else, right? That has a lot of mobility, it's skinny, and when he or she moves their legs or arms, it seems like they have nothing there to hold them, right? They look like puppets. So you don't want that. Look at gymnasts. They have a lot of mobility and flexibility, but they have strength as well. So you see how they have a balance. So that's what we're aiming for. Between those two extremes, we need to be in the middle, okay? So we're just going to assume that you're doing a little bit of fitness and you can then do this with no problem. If you're not doing anything at all, again, this will help you a lot, but not on the longest term. You would need to introduce a little bit of stimulus workout, something that will how should I put it, restart your muscular system and reteach your nervous system what is it that it was supposed to do. That makes sense? Other than that, other than what I just told you about the stretching, I just want to tell you guys that it's been 2 weeks, actually it's going to be tomorrow, but today is going to be 2 weeks since I started my YouTube channel. You guys have been great. They're not big numbers, they're not numbers that you used to see on YouTube, but I'm just really grateful for the numbers I have. I've got at this point, I think, 61 subscribers, over, I don't know, probably over 1,300 minutes of views on my YouTube videos. That's amazing. That's just amazing for me. In just 2 weeks, I reached that far, so I'm happy with that. Just an FYI, from now on, I'm not gonna post that often. I'm going to do 2 videos a week. I haven't yet decided on the actual days I'm gonna upload them, but they're going to be a little bit more complex videos. So they're gonna take me a little bit more time to shoot, to edit, and as well to figure out exactly the dynamic that I'm going to add to the video in regards to that information. So I've got the information, but it's a little bit different when I want to transmit it to somebody else, because I have to be able to properly explain it. Nothing to say other than this. We're just gonna get into the exercises now. As I said, 5 exercises. Mostly we're gonna focus on hip area, quads, and as well as glutes. So these are really strong muscles, big muscles that usually hold a lot of tension there. And you might be surprised how much can change if you can just stretch like 3 times a week for 10 minutes. That's 30 minutes a week, just on the quads and the glutes. Anyway, let's get into the exercises. After we're done with the workout, let me know in the comments how you felt and if you usually stretch or not. The first exercise I want to do is for my abductors. So this area is usually overlooked, and it also stretches more than just the adductors. We're going to stretch your lower back and your glutes a little bit as well, but mainly we're going to focus on your hip joint, and you're going to need to put yourself a little bit out there. That means that you need to force it a bit. Stretching is supposed to be uncomfortable while doing it, so you can be comfortable after. It's a bit painful sometimes, maybe, but just keep in mind, you will feel pain, maybe, it depends on how much you push it, and you might want to stop. But that's just your mind telling you that this might be dangerous, you need to stop, because your brain only needs you to survive, right? So when you're doing something painful, even though it's really good for you, your brain is going to pull all the alarms that it can, so that it makes you stop. Just push through that, and once you will understand, once you'll see how good you feel after, then your brain will join, and it will actually ask for more. That's when you want to listen to it, right? When it tells you to stop, don't listen. But when it asks for more stretching, more activity, like physical activity, then yeah, listen to it, okay? Anyway, I tend to talk a lot, right? So, what I need you to do is just put your feet together like that, grab them here, or at the ankles. I usually grab it here because I'm able to push a little bit harder that way. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Grab the ankles, you lean forward by pulling on your ankles, and then with your elbows here, you push down, right? So it kind of looks like this. Now, I need you to hold this position for 30 seconds. So it's really easy, actually. While I'm talking to you now, you should be stretching this one exercise that I just showed you. Once I'm done talking, then no problem. You can just stop, take a break, and take the next exercise into consideration. Is that okay? Cool. So for the next exercise, after this one, we're going to do one that's going to stretch your lower back and actually encourage one of the motions that happen throughout your spine, and that is torsion, right? So this is a torsion. When you turn, it's actually a torsion, and it's happening in your lower back, so in your lumbar zone. While doing this exercise, apart from sorry, English just failed me. While doing this exercise, apart from encouraging that movement that's happening in your lower spine, you're actually going to stretch glutes, and we're going to add another movement that's going to stretch your hamstrings and pecs as well. Cool. So this one I really like, and I do it all the time just because when you're done with the training session, when you're done with the workout, you're kind of tired and it feels so good to lie down, right? So lie down on your back, one leg extended, the other one is you just lift it like this, like a 90-degree angle behind your knee and 90-degree angle at your hip. Now I have my left leg up, and I'm going to use my right arm on the outside of my knee. I'm going to pull this to a side, okay? And from this position, my arm reaches out, and then check this out, stretch it, okay? Now I definitely feel it along my hamstrings, I feel it in my glutes, and you don't feel it that much in your lower back, but it does turn, right? If you want to feel it even more, then just pull on your toes towards you, okay? As I said before, it's 30 seconds at least on each exercise or each side in this case, okay? For the next exercise, I actually I have one that's just for your glutes, okay? So this one is going to be a little bit more manageable for you, but make sure that you're trying to push it as much as you can, okay? So I'm just going to turn my mat a bit, like this. Again, you lie on your back to make sure you don't fall asleep. Everybody knows this position, it's really comfortable. You sit like this, for example, even in your chair. So now you put your ankle right above your knee. So you see here, this is where I'm talking about. This is above your knee. Put your ankle here and then just drop this leg on the floor like this. With this knee, right, you're pushing it up, grab it with your hand and then pull and try to have both shoulders down, okay? So one shoulder down, second down as well. And just stay here and meditate on your life and on everything bad that you did, so that you can be forgiven. Cool. So after 30 seconds here, you just switch legs. It's the same thing, really easy. Push up, grab it with your arm, shoulder down. Okay. If you need a little bit of help, you can extend your arm, and that's gonna make it a bit easier for you to hold your shoulder down, or have something here that you can grab if you have any difficulties and need to help yourself a bit. Cool? Now, after you're done with this exercise, as I said, we're going to focus a lot on glutes and quads. Next one, I've actually showed it to you in another video, but it's so good because it focuses on rectus femoris, which is actually this muscle here. On the whole muscle group, which is the quads, but then it focuses a little bit more on the rectus femoris. It's out of the quads, this is the muscle that gathers the most tension, right? And then it also focuses on psoas. So psoas is a muscle that attaches on your spine, somewhere around here, but like inside. And it has like 3 insertion points, and it's responsible. This is one of the movement that it helps do. So if I'm holding this way, it's going to pull me, right? It's going to hold me. And another one is when you're doing this or just this. So it has a movement of hip flexion as well. Okay. So as I said, I've done this one before in my videos, but I'm going to show it to you again. Knee down into a lunge position. You look like you just finished the lunge position. And then here, you grab your leg. Make sure that this knee is right above your ankle, right? So now you drop it down. And if you don't feel anything, just pull it. And you will definitely feel it. So you want to focus on this hip here, going towards the ground, okay? This one is going to be really uncomfortable, so give yourself time until you're ready to push it a little bit more. Have faith that is going to be better, and just keep grinding and keep going at it, and things are going to improve. Now, for the last exercise, we have one that's a bit of a mind twister. Okay, so I'm gonna go slow at it. You can pause the video to get it right. Just even if you think you got it right, make sure that you double check so that you're sure. Okay? So this is the position from which you're starting. One leg is straight, the other one goes here. Okay? And you're going to use your left hand. In case you're starting with the right leg, you're going to use your left hand and grab it as low as you can, pull it towards you, and then grab the knee so that you support it. It's not natural for the knee to do this movement, so you're going to use your hand to support it a little bit, okay? So you pull here, right? Keep it as close to your chest as possible, and try to stand as straight as possible as well. So this one is really going to stretch your glutes, and I'm actually going to show you another way that you can do this, which is good for your lower back as well. So this is like a variant for this exercise, or you could actually call it as the 6th exercise. So it's a bonus, right? So I'm going to use my right leg this time to hold it straight. Left leg goes here, one arm here to support, elbow right on the outside of the knee, and just push, stand up straight, and turn. I can actually see my girlfriend looking at me now. Yeah, she's smiling. Cool. So with this one, you're going to do two things. Stretch your glutes and encourage that torsion movement that we've been talking about in your lower back. Why is that important? It's important because doing it makes sure that your vertebrae and your discs, intervertebral discs, are well hydrated. They are lubricated by synovial fluid, and also your muscles don't tense up, thus going towards a place where they seize up completely and just lose mobility in your lower back, which could basically end up in pain. If you do any sudden movements, you could end up having a hernia or discal protrusion, or things are not good if you go that way. Cool? That was it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel, for viewing it, for liking it, commenting on it. You guys are great. We're not going to stop here, of course. I will keep on posting videos. It's just that it's going to happen 2 times a week instead of 7 times a week. They're going to be a little bit more complex. They're going to be about strength. They're going to be about nutrition. They're going to be about fitness principles. basically, I'm going to use my experience as a track and fielder to help you and basically tell you what was really good for me, what worked for me, and what helped me have a successful career in track and field. That, and I'm going to add on the fact that I just finished like a university in sports and science, that I've been a personal trainer for the last 5 or 6 years, and also that I did excellent work with a lot of my clients on recuperatory exercises like injury prevention, or just how do you call it, like I just lost the word for it, like medical exercises, physiotherapy, and just stuff like that. Okay, again, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me. That was it for today, and I'll see you guys online.